Welcome to Johnsversity. I'm AP Johnson, nurse specialist. I thought to share my small experience to you all today. A form of a small story. So it happened probably 20 years before. There was a patient who was a very elderly gentleman, and he was working as a judge in a Patiala court probably. So he was brought by a car to the emergency, and he was wheeled in on the stretcher, and he was brought inside the emergency bed. He was very weak, very tired, and completely white hairs grown on his beard. And at the back of his car, there was one more car who came rushed with his sons, probably daughter-in-laws, daughter, and his wife also. So they reached the emergency bed, and there was a young boy who was waiting at the bedside, who was taking care of the vital signs of the patient. So once the vital signs, everything was taken, he was simultaneously listening to what the relatives are talking to the doctors, and also what the relatives are talking to the person. So it happened like that way that he understood at the end of the story that the person who has been lying on the bed has not taken food from last 3 days, 3 to 4 days, and he was unhappy with the way the life was going on. So probably after a half an hour, when the relatives were told to just wait outside the emergency unit, the wife was also moved out. This young male nurse or a brother just walked out to see what they are doing outside. So he saw the wife of a person who was in emergency was crying very bitterly, and she was probably, as a part of a North Indian tradition, they covered their whole face with the shawl, and but I can still hear the cry of the nurse can hear the cry of a mother who was been crying there. So what he did was that he just slowly moved outside, and he came to the emergency bed, and he bent down to the ears of the patient, and he said to him in a relaxing way that, sir, I don't know why you are not taking your food. I don't know what is the reason behind this. I'm just an external small boy. My mustache is also not grown much. I have just finished my nursing and I have come here as a work. But I want to explain you what I am seeing right now, because you cannot open your eyes. But I know that you are listening to me, and you are trying to understand what is happening around you. So the nurse watched his eyes. There was no movement. There was a movement in the hands and legs. No movements were there. The nurse carried on, and he said that I went outside to see your wife. She's been crying very bitterly. I don't know what your sons have done. I don't know what your daughters have done. Probably whatever that they have done is a wrong thing which you didn't like. Probably what you're doing right now is also not good thing, because it is bringing cries in your wife's eyes, and she's crying very bitterly. I think you should forgive or forget all these things, but you should bring right now the thing which they should not have done that. I mean to say that you should do something in that way that brings happiness to others. It should not be the older way, that they have done something wrong and you have been feeling so guilty about it. Same thing, you should do something much happier thing, which should bring happiness to your wife at least, and joy to you also. I said this. I hold his hand. I tapped it on his hand, and I slowly moved away. Usually after 45 to 1 hour, we shift the patient from emergency unit to a ward, and exactly the same way, after 45 to 1 hour, this patient was also shifted to the room with IV fluids connected to him to give him a little more energy, and we safely shifted him. The whole family also moved with him to the room. After around 5 to 6 days of care, I get a small note in my hands, and which says that, thanks for your advice, I've taken it. I'll make sure that I'll work on that. I was astonished. I just forgot about that because I was a young boy. I was working as a nurse and I just moved on. And I didn't know much about this. I completely forgot about this because emergency is a unit where we had a lot of patients coming inside and all the patient moves out. And that day, I really felt that that was a time the God has given me that idea, and I could able to share that idea to him. And that made a difference to him. He really appreciated it. And I know now he should have forgotten it, or probably his children should have forgotten it. But that was impact which brought in my heart, and I started to talk to the people who are probably unconscious, who are not responding to anything, and so on. As a nurse, you can also do that. They really think, they listen. Probably the doctors say and we say they are unconscious, but they listen to it, what it is. So there's a new level of care which needs to be done for this types of patients. It's for the betterment of them and for do betterment of ourselves also. Thanks for watching this. Please do subscribe our channel and give us like, and we would like to bring in more videos like this to you. Thank you.